Hi, and welcome to the Jelvix channel. Here at Jelvix, we're always eager not only to expand professionally, but also to try and learn new things in our everyday lives. And recently, one of our project managers shared an amusing story about her attempt to bake cookies, which nearly resulted in a fire in her apartment. As we chuckled over the mishap, we realized it was a perfect metaphor for understanding the difference between the definition of done and acceptance criteria. So, join us in our project bakery as we unravel these concepts and add a sweet twist to our discussion. We are Jelvix, a software development partner for industry leaders. We post weekly videos on tech in 5 minutes. Don't forget to subscribe. And watch the video till the end to explore the checklist of best practices for setting up acceptance criteria and definition of done. Acceptance criteria and the definition of done have a tremendous impact on projects. They are essential for ensuring clarity and transparency through all process stages, aligning the team's efforts with stakeholder expectations, and maintaining quality assurance standards. Besides, they facilitate efficient progress tracking, mitigate risks associated with potential issues or gaps early in the development process, and ultimately contribute to customer satisfaction by providing measurable guidelines throughout the project lifecycle. So, what exactly are acceptance criteria and the definition of done, and what sets them apart? Let's get back to our cookie baking metaphor to understand all the intricacies. Now, let's imagine for a moment that you're running a bakery where we sell delicious chocolate chip cookies. And before you start baking, you decide what the cookies look and taste like. For example, they should be round, golden brown, and taste sweet. These acceptance criteria serve as the vision of what a perfectly made cookie should look like. They also ensure that we understand the requirements for each cookie type and meet our customers' expectations with the finished product. Therefore, the more precise the acceptance criteria are, the more confident you can be about the expected outcome and customer satisfaction. Now, after you finish baking the cookies and before they are put on sale, you need to ensure they're ready to eat, meaning they must meet our definition of done. The quality of ingredients, visual appeal, and taste, packaging, and storage conditions all come under this category. Our definition of done ensures consistent quality across all cookies, maintaining customer satisfaction and bakery success. Similarly, in software development, adherence to quality standards like Scrum's definition of done maintains product integrity and customer trust. Shortly put, the definition of done applies to the entire product increment and doesn't pertain to individual product backlog items, epics, features, or stories. A common misconception is that the definition of done is applied to multiple levels. A common source of this confusion is that product backlog items often include test descriptions that will prove their completeness when done. But be careful, that's not the definition of done itself. Remember, it's just the product increment it has to cover. Meanwhile, acceptance criteria may apply to the product backlog items as a way to map out the desired functionality of the product backlog items. Understanding these distinctions is crucial for effective product development and delivery. Except for this core distinction, a few more aspects set apart acceptance criteria and definition of done. Primarily, it's their purpose. The purpose of acceptance criteria is to ensure the product items meet the desired standards to be qualified to the release. Thus, acceptance criteria serves as a benchmark for functionality efficiency. The definition of done, in turn, creates transparency by providing everyone with shared understanding of what work was completed as part of the increment. If a product item does not meet either the acceptance criteria or the definition of done, it cannot be released or even presented at the sprint review. Instead, it returns to the product backlog for future consideration. Another difference is the fact that acceptance criteria are micro-level, meaning they focus on specific individual tasks or user stories. Meanwhile, a macro-level granularity of the definition of done implies that it encompasses the broader project or sprint as a whole. In the case of our cookie bakery, it means that the micro-level granularity of acceptance criteria would be setting requirements like size, texture, and others for each type of cookie we bake. On the other hand, macro-level granularity involves defining the overall criteria that apply to our bakery operations. Finally, now that we've clarified the differences between acceptance criteria and the definition of done, let's review some winning strategies for their creation. When creating acceptance criteria and definition of done, it's crucial to collaborate with the team and involve stakeholders in the creation process to ensure alignment with project goals. Feedback from end users or customers is another valuable source of insight that should be considered and incorporated. Ensure both acceptance criteria and definition of done are concise, clear, realistic, achievable, measurable, and testable. Consider using examples or scenarios to better clarify requirements and align with industry standards. You can also consider using tools or software that facilitate managing and tracking tasks related to acceptance criteria and definition of done. And last but not least, it's also paramount to communicate their importance to your team. You can conduct regular meetings or workshops dedicated to updates and refinements, and encourage open communication to address any ambiguity or disagreement. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Next, we recommend watching our guide on Agile metrics. Don't forget to support us by liking this video and leaving a comment. Subscribe and press the bell button. Bye for now.